Hi, welcome to another video on my monorail from Fischertechnik with propelled carriage, controlled by robo interface and the BeagleBoard Classic running Ubuntu Linux. Last time I found that I had a problem with the power, and I measured the rails, well, the ground rail and the power rail, and it gave 0 volt. Then I moved the carriage to the position in which this is now, and for some reason it started to work. So now I have put it in between the both of the lamps. So this lamp digital 6 and this lamp digital 7. So let's see if it works. So on the computer I start the program. Yes, it works. And it is working into that direction, which is good. And now I hope it will continue running. It does move, but very slowly. And here for some reason it stops, and that was one of the things that I noticed last time as well. In the past I had the carriage here and it just works. Now things have gone apparently a little bit different, and well, as you could notice, it stopped as soon as it reached D7. Now it stops again and starts again. So let's see, without interruption by manual, what happens. And there, it stops again. Now I touch it and it goes. One thing is that the ground rod has passed to the second rail, to the second in the line, which should be fine anyway. Alright, let me do another manual trick. And you hear that the speed is higher, and it moves very slowly. Now I should not have to press, but unfortunately for some reason I do have to press somewhere, either on the rods or on the rails or here, to get it going. And then again, very slowly it works. So clearly things have to be improved. Again, the question is how, because increasing the weight clearly doesn't always help. I've increased the weight here after removing it from well, I had the weight here, which didn't help. Removing the spring here and adding some weight here helps so. Also about the code, I had to change it to get more clarity in whatever is happening. And now it is blocking digital 7, with still, considering the propeller wind is in that direction, and now it doesn't move at all, although it should. So apparently it is not as fast as could be or it is too heavy. Anyway, let's see for the code again. So the carriage is standing on a place blocking D7. So we will have to look at D7 is 0, which is very clearly here for some time. And here you can see that direction status is 1, which means it is away from it is going away from the interface. And sitting here I can clearly feel the wind caused by produced by the propeller. And well, I'll just let this text be, but the big question is, why is it standing still? Is it too heavy? Is it not getting enough power? Well, it does get power, and also this is 7, 0 being stop, 7 being maximum, 0 to 8 are 8 steps, 0 to 7 are 8 steps. So what is caused by the why is this going on like this? If I help it a little bit, now it's going on after just a very short push, but considering the length, D7 is not just a moment. Well, D7 is a moment, but it takes about 10 centimeters to get past it from begin to end. And then it suddenly drops. It drops quiet and then it starts again. So something is not quite alright, but still you can see that it is 0. So how can I avoid this? How can I make sure that D7 is just one moment? I think that is one of the problems. Because if it is just a measuring moment, then you know, okay, it has passed. But it takes such a long time that you may wonder, shouldn't that be shorter? And the only way to figure that out is to get to lower the light sensors and the lights. But then again, that gives a big problem, or could give a problem with the location of the outer sensors. Anyway, looking at the code right now, well, I can just about stop this, which saves a lot of noise as well. Last time I made it like this, and another point is, of course, the sleeping time. Does it need the sleeping time? I doubt it, to be honest. Because it is a repeating procedure, while true. Well, it is of course every time true, and then going on and going on. So let me check this for a moment. And see what happens. Oh. Aha. See. This is a very different view because I removed this the 3-second sleeping time. Now let's see. Why does it stop? I'm not sure why it stops. It starts again. Anyway, I think that's a nice one to remove all the sleeps here, because here that's also remarkable. Here I let it sleep 12. Here for 3 seconds, here for 1 second, and here for 12. There's no consistency in it, which is a big ouch. So I will have to check that. Let me remove the sleep here. First quit. Sleep here, removing. Here sleep. Here sleep away. Anywhere else? Yes, here. Well, what difference will this make? Only way to check out is to test. So let's just do that. Alright, so with all the delays and sleeping times commented out, let's return manually whatever is going on to the start of the track and see whatever happens when I start the program. Which is absolutely nothing, just like last time. Well, you can see the power is there because this is power and this is power and this is power. So once again, why doesn't this work? And I find something disturbing here, which I noticed when I pushed the carriage towards the beginning, and I'll have to take care of that, because you see this white wire and you see this well, let's say supporting point. So mind this wire, and there you go. So I think this may be quite a good reason for it not to carry on. So if I pull it away, what will happen? It actually slowly carries on. And that's something I just noticed. So yeah, the devil is in the details. and it slowly carries on. But at least it carries on. And as I can see now, leaving out sleeping times doesn't really matter. So now, why does it hold? And what I also notice is that the bottom of this spring holding the rod is just barely over the support. It doesn't touch it, but I think it isn't even a millimeter. And I think it moves about a millimeter per second, or even slower. Now it passes into the second rod. So and once again the devil is in the details. I think it has some trouble passing onto the second rod. It has passed it now, but it took a wiggle. So that's something as well. I need to take care of this wire somehow, one way or another. It is still going on, slowly. But at least I know that's one thing, so let's push it back. And turn off the program. And see first this wire. So as it was clear that once again the motor does not start at the beginning. Taking a look at the code, this is the code at the beginning. So if not D6, well, that's clear. And D7 and D8. Let's skip the print part. Control lamp. Yeah, alright, fine. This could be necessary because this sleep has only to do with the lamp. But then again, why is it behind direction status? That shouldn't be. Let's change that. It should be here. 1 second of light. And then the motor is being set full speed. Then why doesn't it go? Why do I have to move it for even a few millimeter or something? Well, about a centimeter. But as you could have noticed in the video part, the whole of the propeller is already 2 centimeters. So moving it a centimeter, while that doesn't make the sensor sensing one. When it is completely docked, the motor is blocking it, and then you have 2 centimeters to go before unblocking because of the propeller. So it makes no sense really. Let's see here. We have here digital 8. And alright, with digital 8, although we haven't been there yet, well, not in the same sense. Here I have to change the direction status to 0, and this can be the same because the sleeping time doesn't apparently matter. But else if their status is 0, why should the their status be 0? Well, I can let it be. Not really necessary, but alright. Oh, I can do it just for details. What is set output 1? Alright. This is when it is in between. This line is when the carriage is in between everything. And let me just comment, this is the control lamp again. Right. Let's see how the behavior goes. Why doesn't it save? Now it is saved. Alright, go. Let's see how it works out, if it works out. And once again, nothing happens. I move it slowly, and as soon as it leaves the dock, so the cone of the propeller is in the dock. Not even completely, but it is in the dock. And I move it 1 millimeter and it starts running. That's really, really odd. But it is still blocking, as you can see. It is now still blocking the digital 6. Hardly moving forward. Oh, but it is. And I see something else. Okay. This is very important to notice. Let's go to the camera. Alright, so what did I notice? Well, except for this very rocking behavior, what I did notice is that this, there's apparently some friction between this rod and the ground rail, which can cause very slow movement as well. But what I see now, this is very strange. By the way, you see how I solved the wiring problem here? Not really stable. Not stable at all. Okay, let's go back. So why is this happening here? I think this is caused by the losing of the sleep entirely. So I'm going to put a sleep of 1 second into it, because when I look at the screen now, it is barely it's barely watchable. So let me do that. And it takes me no longer than 4 attempts to quit the code. That's not good either. Alright, sleep 1 second. Alright, so now digital 6 and digital 7 have now again a sleep of 1 second. So let's start again. Go for it. It's going back and forth. And that is also not very nice. Alright, now we have something to watch. Well, it stopped again. And with the restart of the program it doesn't do anything yet. How about a little recommendation? Not really. It blocks D7 and that seems to be it for now. And I still need some manual support to get it done. But still it's not running full speed, unfortunately. I'm only pressing and I'm not doing anything more than that. And it starts rocking again. Why does it start rocking? Something I have to find out. Well, I suspect it has to do something with the sleeping time of 1 second. Because, well, sleeping time lets it just run 1 second. And the while loop is going fast enough to let it run. But then again, that board is not running very fast. It's not something like an ultra modern computer. It's an embedded system running its own pace, and that may be of influence as well. So for now it's not going anywhere. It still gets power, but I think here is a problem, which is, by the way, here as well, but more here because of the longer distance. But why doesn't it run? See, there it runs. I'm not pushing it anywhere in any direction, but you can clearly hear the change in propeller speed, and that's not good. I don't like that. Which proves, unfortunately, that I have still things to improve in code and probably in construction, but more so in code. Construction wise, because this one is, if you look closely, it is rubbing. Yeah, let me move it like this. Oh, now it goes. But this rod is rubbing over this, and that friction is preventing the carriage from really nicely moving. So how can I solve that? Not really sure. Thank you for watching. What did I do? Well, first of all, I changed the situation of this wire, because it was preventing here from going that way. I noticed this behavior for the first time, probably the sleeping. I'm quite sure of it, because when I look at the screen now, it's the same strange behavior as when I had disabled the sleep. So, more diagnostics, more analysis, and well, that will continue next time. So please subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't done so, or follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. See also my website. If you like my project, you can support me by making a small donation. See my website for more info, and this is certainly going to be continued. Bye bye.